About 2 weeks ago, I showed a command block contraption that allows you to rotate around armor stands using quaternions. And a lot of people pointed out that it would have been way easier to use a data pack. So that's what I've done. I made a data pack you can include in any world and gives you some custom commands, like here, rotate, to spin armor stands around and make cool patterns. Additionally, what's new is the armor stands don't all have to spin the same way. So you can see here, we have 3 groups now, each spinning around a different axis, also on the surface of the same sphere. And then we can even add a 3rd group here. Yeah, there we go. If you want to set this up yourself, you can go to your saves, open whatever world you want to use these commands in, datapacks, and there you go. Quaternion API. You can just drag and drop, downloads in the description. This data pack is going to give you 4 new commands. Rotate's really the only one you're going to need. Rotate, all it does is call the 3 other custom commands. So calculate kind of updates the scoreboard values. Yeah, I should explain the scoreboard values first. So if you're going to use this data pack in another world, you're going to have to create some scoreboard objectives. Yeah, those ones all there. Then there'll also be a Litematica download in the description for these command blocks. These just set up the scoreboard objectives for you. If you don't use Litematica, I'll just paste the commands too in the description. Most of those objectives, you just need to create them, but one of them, the constants, you do have to set 3 players to have specific values. So if you'd like to rotate, an armor stand around, you have to summon it. So I'm making them invisible and putting redstone blocks on the head and making it so they don't fall down. And then you have to set 7 values in the scoreboard system this data pack uses for that armor stand. 3 of them are its scoreboard position. So all the armor stands, as they're rotating around, have, their real world coordinates, X, Y, and Z, but also have an X, Y, and Z position. Yeah, they all have scoreboard positions as well, and these scoreboard positions are what the data pack will do computation on to figure out how to move them around so it looks like a perfect sphere rotating. The scoreboard coordinates are all scaled by 10,000. So for instance, down here, when I summon in these armor stands, I'm setting their scoreboard Y position to be negative 30,000. What that means is, if you can kind of, picture the invisible sphere that all these armor stands are sitting on the surface of, the armor stands will think they're 3 blocks below the center of that sphere when they're summoned. That's what the negative 30,000 Y position here means. And then now you also assign a quaternion to each of the armor stands through the scoreboard system as well. So quaternions have 4 components, a real I, J, and K. Yeah, so when these armor stands are first summoned in, I'm setting them to rotate around the x-axis. The way you do that is, well, there's a formula for what values you need to set a quaternion to in order to get rotation of a specific number of degrees around a specific axis. A lot of computer graphics programs use this formula, so there's plenty of resources online already explaining how you would calculate the 4 values of a quaternion in order to get the rotation you're looking for. So here's the real component of that quaternion, the first of the 4 components for all the armor stands. And then in real time, you can also change the quaternion assigned to each armor stand. So this set of command blocks here picks the 8 nearest armor stands and just changes the quaternion that's assigned to them in the scoreboard system. So I believe this one makes it so, yeah, they rotate around the y-axis instead. So if we wait for this big clump to be close, yep, so these ones now just started rotating around the y-axis. And then if things get too messy, that'll delete all the armor stands. And then just as an example, here's the quaternion values you would use if you want to rotate your armor stands around like some kind of weird axis where it's not the x, the y, or the z axis, but some kind of slanted axis instead. Oh, that's cool. There's like a split second where it's a perfect circle again. Yeah, there you go. And then down here. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, this is a lot of fun to just stare at. All right, that's it for now. Hope y'all find this useful. If you got questions about how to use it, just leave a comment. I'll get to it. All right, see you next time.